you look at this offensive line. I want to ask you about Jordan Mailata first and foremost. I know we briefly touched on it the last time we spoke, but I just can't get over the fact that this guy never played football before, and now he's like flirting with a Pro Bowl nod maybe next year. Like some people look at it and say, oh, wow, he should have been a Pro Bowler this year, but this was the year you get robbed, and then you start building the reputation. What'd you make of Jordan Mailata's season?
I think he had a heck of a season. He's definitely getting better as a player. And one of the things that I like about Jordan is that he's starting to play with that aggression. It takes a little while to get that. You have to feel comfortable with your technique before you can start playing nasty. And right now you're starting to see him play nasty. He's taking guys out. He's pushing guys, giving that extra push, throwing guys to the ground, laying them out. And that's what you want to see as a left tackle. I think that he's starting to get that nastiness, which tells me that he's getting a little bit more comfortable with his technique. And he's only going to get better. I mean, the dude is 6'8", 350, whatever, and is 12% body fat. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's just massive. Anytime anybody bull rushes him, that's a waste of time. So I think that as he continues to get better with using his hands and using his length, he's going to be unstoppable.
All right. Now, a lot of questions surrounding Jason Kelce as to whether or not he'll retire. It seems like it's that time of the year where it's the end of the season. So what happens to Jason Kelce? Let's just live in a world. I don't think he'll retire. Do you think let me ask you that question. Do you think he'll retire?
I don't think so. Especially if you just got 2 kegs of beer, man. Come on, man. If you just got 2 kegs of beer.
That's a good investment.
Can you retire off that? No, but I think that because I think this is one of his better seasons. And I think that one of the things that Kelce, it's a mental part right now for him, I think. One of the things that he's going to have to make a decision on, it's not the physical part you can work through. I think it's the mental part that do you want to continue to get through the mindset that you have to get yourself to get ready to play week in and week out. And I think that, the way he played this year, I can't see him walking away from it this next year. I think it at least gives you another year to go out there and try to make a run for it.
He's still got a lot left in the tank is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when you see him out there running downfield, leading the charge, that's impressive, especially for someone that's done it for so long and that is at the status that he is in right now. I mean, he could easily just say, you know what, I got this block, I'm good. You know what, I don't need to run upfield. No, he's leading the charge, trying to get downfield, trying to get that extra push. And I mean, when you have, and he's such a great leader on that team, I think that, he comes back for another year.
All right. Now let's live in a world where he doesn't. Is the future center of the Eagles on this team right now? Because I know a lot of people talked about Landon Dickerson possibly moving over to that, possibly Jason Kelce's replacement. Do you think Landon Dickerson could take over that role if Jason Kelce retires?
Absolutely. I think that, he was a center in Alabama. I think that, you brought him in to be that backup center. And, it was due to injury that you had to put him in there at left guard. And he's held his own out there at left guard. I mean, I thought that he was a heck of a player. He had a hell of a season playing at left guard, but I think that, if Kelce does step away from the game, that he would just step right in and be your center.
Mm-hmm. I got to ask you about 2 guys that I know that you know pretty well, Brandon Brooks and Lane Johnson. Lane came back from his mental health issues, worked himself through that. We couldn't be more proud and happy for him. Brandon Brooks all of a sudden just disappeared. We didn't see him anymore. What do you think about the future of that right side of the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, I think Lane had he had a really good season. He did battle back. Man, I am looking golden with all this light.
You look amazing. You look great.
Let me turn it down a little bit. I was looking golden. But I think Lane Johnson, he really had a really good season, man. He battled back from, like you said, with the mental issues. But I think that when he got back on the field, he was lights out, really played with good technique, shot his hands, and he's an enforcer out there on that offensive line. Now with Brandon Brooks, with the injuries, I'm not sure. There were reports coming out that, hey, he's retiring. I don't know. I haven't talked to him yet about it. I'm definitely going to reach out to him at some point. But, of course, I would love to see him back out there on the field. But, I mean, it is what it is. I think that this group right here, they found a way to gel, and they had a pretty solid season.